Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about Autodesk's new Content Catalog, a web-based content management system integrated into Revit and AutoCAD, designed to increase your productivity by giving you access to a full library of all of your own content, including Revit families, AutoCAD blocks, template files, and much more. We've broken today's video up into three main components. The first one is our content catalog setup in ACC. The second part is getting the add-in installed and working in AutoCAD and Revit. Finally, this last part is using the content catalog to store and give access to all of your content. To set up the content catalog in ACC, we first need to come to acc.autodesk.com. From here, we can come to our Account Admin portal. Under our Library, and we can select Content Catalog. Under the Content Catalog, we'll be able to see all of our collections, channels, and user groups. To create a new collection, we can come to Create Content Collection. We can give it a descriptive name, as well as a description. From here, we can also add user groups to our collection. User groups allow us to set up permissions based on who's allowed to read the content, download that content, or even upload and edit that content. But we'll take a look at user groups later in this video. If we want to edit a collection, we can come down and click on that collection. And in the side panel, we can choose Edit. Here, we can update the collection name, its description, as well as add or remove any user groups. We can also delete the collection by coming to the side panel, clicking on the three little dots, and choosing Delete. After creating our own collections, we can come over to Channels. From these channels, we can gain access to the Autodesk out-of-the-box content. To gain access to it, we simply need to select it, and in our side panel, scroll down to the channel we want. In this case, I've activated the Canada content for Autodesk Revit. Please note that for now, it's just the out-of-the-box content, but in the future, they will be adding more channels. Once we have subscribed to and activated the channel, we can come back to Collections. It will now be available as a collection, where we can select it and edit both its name and description, as well as add or remove any user groups. Our last tab includes user groups. We can create new user groups by selecting Create User Group. From here, we can give the group a name and add individual users as well. Here, we're just going to add an email address. And then we're going to choose Add. We can also take a look at the pinned collections in the top right corner. This will allow us to always have access to those collections. These pinned collections are completely optional and are not required. From here, we can choose Save. And then coming back to our collections, to add the user group, I'm going to select the collection I want to add it to and choose Edit. Here, I can come in and choose Add User Group. From the drop-down, I can select our user group and choose what kind of permissions that group of users has on this collection. In this case, I want these users to be able to upload content. Noting that uploading content also requires being able to download and read that collection. Please note that the upload content permission does not automatically add our content to our collection. Instead, it gets put into a holding area for review by someone with an edit level permission to then finalize and add to the collection. In this case, I'm just going to have this as an upload content, and I'm going to add. We can now see our uploader's user group as well as its associated permissions. From here, we can save our content. And that is all there is to it to set up our content catalog. Next, we're going to take a look at downloading the content catalog add-in for Revit and AutoCAD. In order to get the content catalog extension for Revit or AutoCAD, we're going to come to manage.autodesk.com and log in. After logging in, we're going to come to product updates on the left side. And we're going to search for content catalog. Here we can see the content catalog extensions for both AutoCAD and Revit. Note that both of these extensions work for all supported versions of Revit and AutoCAD. From here, we can come down and select Download. After installing the Content Catalog add-in, we can come to the Insert tab in Revit 2025 and find that Content Catalog near the end of our ribbon. Selecting it allows us to launch as app or launch in browser. In Revit 2024 and all previous versions, the Content Catalog will be found under its own tab. And again, we can launch as app or launch in browser. Here I will be launching the Content Catalog as an app within the Revit 2025. On the left side of our screen, we can take a look at the menu bar and see that we have access to search for content, browse for content, saved searches, upload requests, upload content, and company details. To start, let's upload some content into one of our collections. In order to upload content, we can either click in the middle of our upload content page, select a file that we want to add, and choose Open. From here, we can select the catalog we want to add it into, and choose Save. We can also drag and drop a Revit file onto that space. It will also add that into our collection. Here I am adding a pair of Revit families. We can also add entire Revit projects or templates, as well as a number of other file types. We are not limited to Revit or AutoCAD specific files. Adding a Revit project by selecting or dragging and dropping onto this space will upload the entire project. If I want to upload content from inside of a Revit project, such as families, views, or other content, I will have to come up here to the top right and choose Export. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Right now, I can simply upload my selected content into our collection by choosing Upload. Those files will now be visible under Upload Requests. We can also upload content from inside of a Revit project by selecting which project we want to upload content from, up here in the top right corner, choosing the appropriate project, and selecting Export. Here we can navigate through and select a bunch of different families, schedules, system families, views, and many more. In this case, I'm going to go through and add in columns, doors, some furniture, and some selected profiles. I can also add other system families, such as roof types, ceiling types, grids, and railings. To complete my selection, I can come up here to the top right and choose Next. Once it's completed uploading all of our content, we can choose a collection to add it to and choose Save. Here we can review the content that we have added into our list. And if we need to, we can remove those items from our selection. Once we have completed reviewing this list, we can upload our content. After uploading our content, we can come to Upload Requests and see a list of all of our uploaded content that is ready for approval. We can filter this content based on its status, including any approved, canceled, declined, or pending uploads. There are also additional filters available, and all of our content will be able to see the name, when it was uploaded, if it's a revision of an existing family, and we can also add additional column headers for more information. Next, let's browse through the content that we have just uploaded. To do this, we can come to our menu and choose Browse for Content. Here, we can choose a collection to browse through, as well as any categories. And we will be able to select each of these individual files to insert, download, or even open in the family editor. We will also be able to find our content by using the search function. To do that, we can come up to our menu and choose Search for Content. Under Search for Content, we can start by typing in some keywords and filter our selection based on the collections we want to look into. Now we can filter our selection further based on a number of different items, including file name, category, or Revit year. If we are looking for further information, we can always add additional columns or display our results in a different manner, either as in rows, details, or grids. Once we have searched for an item, we may want to come back and look for that item again in the future. To help us with this, we can actually save our searches. From here, on the far right, we can choose Save As. We can give our saved search a name, as well as choose a group for this saved search. In this case, I may want to create a new group. We may also want to add an icon for that saved search group. With everything here complete, we can choose Save and review those saved searches from our menu under Saved Searches. Here, we can group our saved searches together to help us organize the content that we're looking for. Selecting a saved search will display that same content again. These search groups, or the searches themselves, can always be modified by choosing the pencil in the top right corner of said search. Here we can change the name, group, or icon, or even delete that saved search. We can also edit our saved search groups and change the name or delete those groups. Once we have found the content that we're looking for, we can click on them to see more information about them. In this case, I'm able to take a look at and modify any collections that this family is part of. And I can also add any tags that would be appropriate for this family. In this case, I'm adding the curtain panels tag. We can create any number of tags for the content in our catalog. By default, a lot of the tags that are present are for the category of these families. We can create additional tags which will help us in searching for the content that we're looking for. Here, I'm going to choose Save. And I can take a look at more information about our family down here at the bottom, which include every parameter in that particular family. In this case, I have a lot of different size parameters. We can also search through this list of parameters as well. We can also take a look at our file history, which will include which revision this current family is on, what Revit versions are available for that particular family, including any type catalogs or notes associated to that family. And we can even see a full history for when that content was uploaded. The file information will also include some additional information, such as the family size, its units, and when this family was created or modified. And we can always insert this family into our project by choosing Insert, or coming into the drop-down to choose Download, Open in Family Editor, or we could even upload preview images, edit the collections, tags, rename, or even delete this family. Once we've found the file we want to use in our Revit project, we can come to Insert to load it into our project. We will come directly into our Revit project with that family attached to our mouse so that we can start using it immediately. This works for any door, window, column, etc. And with things like curtain panels or profiles, they will be loaded into our project so we can use them where they're appropriate. Finally, the last item on our list is to go over some of the company detail settings found in the content catalog. This is the last item in our list. If we select it, we end up in this dialog that goes over some of our permissions or preferences. In order to modify some of our basic permissions, we can come over here to the far right and choose Edit. Now we can modify whether members can create brand new tags. So if a tag does not yet exist, members can go through and create their own, rather than needing someone with a higher level permission to generate those. This second option allows users to add existing tags to their families. There's also an option in here for enabling the preview image generation. This will generate brand new preview images for our Revit families. The fourth option here, the default home page, allows us to choose which page we want to end up on when we first open the content catalog. In this case, I can select Saved Searches, so whenever I open the content catalog, that's where I'm going to be first. With those changes made,
I can come up here to save and save that selection. Similarly, I can modify my search preferences by coming over to Edit and toggling some of these sliders. These options include the ability to highlight all of our search terms wherever they are found within our families, to sort our search results automatically based on their score. So if I were to search for doors, a garage door would show up before a dormer. Filtering by score allows us to automatically disregard low scoring results. The second last option here, wrap fields, allows the text within each of the cells to expand to a second row to show you more information. This last option allows us to specify whether we want no results before our initial search. If any of these settings are changed, you can always reset the defaults and have all changes revert back to their original status. We do have a section for managing all of our saved tags. Coming in here, we can go through and edit or delete any existing tags that may be present. Modifying or deleting these tags may affect families currently present in our content catalog, and the number in this third column will show us how many items are affected, as well as how many saved searches this will impact. If I select a tag, I can open it up and see more information about it, also allowing me to delete or edit the tag as needed. This list at the bottom is a list of all of the existing families currently applied with this tag. From this dialog, we can also create brand new tags by selecting Create New Tag and giving it a brand new name. And then choosing Create. With this tag created, we can now apply this to any existing or future content to our content catalog.
Autodesk's content catalog serves as an invaluable resource for designers and engineers, streamlining the workflow and enhancing productivity. By providing easy access to a vast library of standardized components, it not only reduces the time spent on design, but also ensures the consistency and quality across projects. As you integrate the content catalog into your design process, you'll find that it empowers you to innovate while minimizing repetitive tasks. Embrace this powerful tool to elevate your projects and drive efficiency in your design journey. Thank you for exploring the potential of Autodesk's content catalog with us.